Okay, the glitchiness is over. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 and thank you, thank you, thank you. This is Matthew. This is MattTv Facebook Live for a Wednesday, the 16th day of October 2019. You know how it goes. These are my notes. I just actually finished writing this up here within the last 10 minutes. So again, this is all ad-libbing. There's no teleprompter here. This is a guy wearing a great sweater and a fedora on backwards in his garage in White Rock. So if at any time you like what you see and hear, it's just light, fluffy stuff. Feel free to share this video with whoever you choose. Leslie, welcome to the broadcast. Okay, I'm just hopping in here before I go to work. So this show is as long as it as long. Is that a sentence? I'll have to figure that out later when I watch the show back. Okay. Good morning, Leslie. Let's get right into it. We are looking at overcast, rain here today. Simon James, welcome to the broadcast. It was just raining here a few minutes ago. So rain is in the forecast for today. 12 degrees. We'll only get to 12 degrees today. James Underhill, welcome. And the overcast conditions and the rain are going to be here until next Tuesday. So we're not going to see the sun. The sun will be up, but we're not going to see it for many, many days here on the South Coast, which is unfortunate because I have family out here right now, and I really would have loved for them to experience more of the mountains. They did fly in on Thanksgiving Monday, which was a beautiful day. We'll talk about all that just in a couple of moments. Looking at the AccuWeather forecast in the Woodstock area, they actually use the word brilliant sunshine. Is that what's happening today in the Woodstock area? Brilliant sunshine and 16 degrees. That's what AccuWeather is saying. One other forecast you might want to be aware of. Rain is in the forecast today and tonight and into tomorrow. Some ugly weather in the New York area where Game 4 of the American League Championship Series is supposed to happen tonight. Don't set your timer to catch that game. There is a good possibility that Game 4 in New York will probably be canceled, postponed. Speaking of baseball, my St. Louis Cardinals got beat out last night in the National League Championship Series in convincing fashion. I don't know if you're still watching baseball, but if you have a team that's still in the playoffs, whether it's the Yankees, the Washington Nationals, who beat out St. Louis last night, just a dominant performance. 12 degrees right now. Okay, and the sun is shining, yes? Okay, this is just going to be a quick Q&A, a quick question and answer from you if you want to participate, and then we'll get into just Google it, and then the show will end. Quickly, on a scale of 1 to 10, or an A, or a B, a C minus, how was your Thanksgiving weekend? Did the weather cooperate? Did everyone show up that was supposed to show up? Did you burn any food? I give this my own personal Thanksgiving weekend, I give it an A. We had a beautiful Thanksgiving supper with family on Sunday. Beautiful, extraordinary, beautiful, brilliant sunshine here on the South Coast on Monday. So, plus you had baseball. You had postseason baseball. You had football. Seattle Seahawks are 5-1, beating Cleveland on the weekend. And you have hockey. So what more could you ask for? So much to be thankful for, yes? So, how was your Thanksgiving weekend? On a scale of 1 to 10. And if you want to add some bonus comments, feel free to do so. Yes, like I was saying, and this was an interesting story here last night. Like I said, my St. Louis Cardinals got beat in convincing fashion against the Washington Nationals. This is the first World Series appearance in franchise history for the Washington Nationals. And this is how I do sports. When I learn of a stat like that, and when you get beat out of a competition, for me, it's natural to continue to root for the team that just beat you out or beat your favorite team out. So I'm hoping for a Washington Nationals, Houston Astros World Series. Last night, the Houston Astros took a 2-1 lead in the best of 7 American League Championship Series in New York. Plus 10, a 10 plus overall weekend for the Friday. Awesome, good stuff. Good, productive weekend. Love it, yeah. This was I didn't even cut the grass this weekend. I just kind of chilled out. And I have to chill out even more because I pulled my back yesterday at work, so I'm just kind of Taking it easy. I was speaking about family coming out here. My cousin Sherry Lynn, her husband Justin, and their two boys are in Vancouver. They're going to be going to Salt Spring Island here, I think, tomorrow. So they have a super busy schedule, and with my back as sore as it is, I'm hoping when they fly out on Sunday, I'll just take a quick trip out to YVR, maybe have a coffee with them. But definitely, that is the plan for Sunday. Sherry Lynn doesn't even know this yet, but my cousin Sherry Lynn, Brian and Linda's daughter, is out here. Her husband Justin is a fantastic wood sculptor. I'll put a link up to what's happening with him and the family on my comment section here after the broadcast. Yes? Okay. If you want to see great television, I just love Netflix. There's so many great programs on Netflix and HBO and Crave. Just get away from the Fox and the ABC and the NBC. Ooh, yawn, yawn. There's a new season of Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders goes back to the era of like the late 1920s, early 1930s. Peaky Blinders on Netflix. Saturday, I hopped on my own personal page and was telling you just a sequence of events that had happened with just putting out into the universe that I wanted to hear from my agent, which I did. I'm chatting with an audio engineer at Coco Productions. They have some studio time November 8th. But what I'm going to manifest is that I'm going to get some studio time with one of the guys that I work with, who is in a band, has many, many years of being an audio engineer, has his own studio in his house, and he's worked with Jim Conrad. So I'm putting it out into the universe that I'm going to get together with James, do a demo with him, and have Jim Conrad. And if you don't know who Jim Conrad is, here's something you can Google right now. Please do this. This is my mentor when it comes to voiceover imaging. Just voiceovers, period. Jim Conrad. Jim Conrad, Conrad. Google Jim Conrad and just go to his voice work. Some of his demo reels will simply blow your hair back. Blow your hair back. This is a great weekend for my father Elwood and my sister Jill. They are going to be participating in a marathon in Bar Harbour. Dad is running the full marathon, which I think is just absolutely amazing. I think Jill's just doing the half marathon. Jill will run more today than I will have in the last 10 years. So if you know my dad, Elwood, he's on Facebook. Send him a message. Send him some good luck vibes. Him and Jill. Mom will be going down. I don't know who else for family's going down. Probably Anna and Riley, and I don't know who else will be going down. But if you know Jill and you know my dad, send them a message on Facebook. Wish them good luck. And will someone please have a new pair of sneakers for my father when he returns to Woodstock? Okay, moving right along. Those were just some observations, some notes that I gave you. This is going to move real quick. This is a section I like to call Just Google It. Just Google it. So just some headlines, and these are stories that you definitely want to get more information on because they're absolutely fascinating. And let's start it off. On Thursday and Friday, so tomorrow and Friday, NASA and the crew of the International Space Station, they're going to have their first women-only spacewalk in half a century. It's an all-female spacewalk. It's happening Thursday, Friday from the International Space Station. And I can tell you right now, if you just Google NASA or International Space Station live stream, I guarantee you will be able to see these two ladies performing their work outside the International Space Station on Thursday and Friday. Google it now, because you're going to want to know the exact time in your own time zone. Yes? This was a great story. This happened last night in Toronto at BMO Field. The Canadian men's soccer team, they ended a 34-year winless streak against the Americans. 17 games, but spanning 34 years. Canada beat the U.S. last night. BMO Field in Toronto. Good stuff. And Canadians just continue on the athletic side of the human race. Does that make any sense? The extremely talented athletes in Canada. Of course, we have talented hockey players. The St. Louis Blues last year won the Stanley Cup. The majority of those players were Canadian. You have the Toronto Raptors winning the NBA championship. Bianca Andreescu just moving up in the tennis rankings. And you see this story here, the Canadian rugby team. I think they were in Japan. There was a typhoon happening there. What did they do? Instead of just hopping on a plane and getting out of there, they stayed and they sandbagged. Canada, Best place to live in the world? Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Speaking of a great nation, this is so awesome here. I love these numbers. Again, this is a section I call Just Google It. Advanced polls. We have the federal election coming up on Monday, October 25th. Or, sorry, October 21st. I don't know why I have the 25th in my brain. It's this Monday. It's the 21st of October. Here's some numbers, some good numbers from advanced polling. Election Canada says 4.7 million people cast an early ballot this past weekend. That's awesome. 70% of Canadians say that they are going to vote this time around. That's an amazing number. 70% of Canadians saying that yes, they are going to vote. Why are there so many more votes? Well, there's more polling stations. More polling stations, up 29% from 2015. So advanced polls in 2015, there were 4,946 polling stations in 2015. This time around, there's 6,135. So good on Elections Canada for making it better, and they've done. They have different programs, and they've reached out into different locations where people with disabilities, from all walks of life, if you are able to vote, Elections Canada, I believe, is giving you the opportunity to do so. So let's do it. I'm excited. I love election time here in Canada. I'll definitely be sitting down in front of the TV on Monday. I will cast my vote on Monday, a couple of blocks up from the house, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Will someone pull off a majority government, or will it be a minority government? Who knows? It's too close to call. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for the live views. I'm glad the weather is nice back on the other side of the country, except New York. Just one final thing. Google AdSense make no sense. Google AdSense make no sense. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to put some links up. Those stories that I just talked about and just Google it, I'll put those up on in the comment section of this show later today. But just Google it. Just Google it. Okay, thanks for the live views. This is Matthew. Yeah. MattTv on Facebook Live. We're going to do it again Friday morning, 6:30 a.m. Pacific. This is Coast to Coast and Sea to Sea, baby.